Hello everyone in the VC and hello to Andrew at Sales from the Crate. Andrew, this is my entry video into your 1000 subs broad strokes contest. First up, congratulations with the 1000 subs. Each and every single subscriber to your channel is very well deserved. You are by far one of my favorite channels here in the VC, and that is simply because uh, of the of the level of knowledge that I get from your videos. You are one of the most knowledgeable people in the VC, and you love to share your passion for music and for the records that you show. Um, I sometimes worry about making videos that are too long. I sometimes worry about if a video goes like beyond 25 or 30 minutes, that no one is ever going to be watching it until the end, and I doubt that there are any that watch my long videos. Um, your videos can sometimes go up to 45-50 minutes, and still you never ever get bored, because you just you're so articulate, you're so well spoken, and and like I said before, you are very knowledgeable, and you make sure that that even if you show music that your viewers don't necessarily know that much about, well then watching your videos will give a lot of new info and knowledge about the artist and the records you're showing. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not everything you show that I particularly would listen to or enjoy. I'm sure that you feel the same way about some of the channels that you subscribe to. Should you ever see one of my normal standard videos, there will probably be some albums there that you don't like. I'm probably going to show some today that you won't like, but that's that's just taste varies, and we all like different things. But the 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 real the real quality of a good uh, of a good VC YouTuber, or whatever you want to call it, is that they can still make interesting videos, even though the subject might not be something that you would normally listen to or have an interest in. And should there be someone watching this video that don't already subscribe to Andrew and his Tales from the Crate channel, I'm going to leave a link down below. And I strongly urge you to visit Andrew's channel and to hit that subscribe button, because you will it will be worth the little click, and you will enjoy his videos. Anyways, Andrew, your contest broad strokes. So we are to show records from different genres. This was not an easy task. You say in your video that 5 records shown will give you 1 entry into the contest, and 10 records would leave your name in the pot twice. I say that this was not easy. Sorry, not because I could not find 10 records or 10 genres that I want to talk about. More that I have to limit myself to 10 records that I want to show you. But I have found 10 records and 10 genres, and here we go. First up is something that I'm not sure that you actually would like. To be honest with you, I don't know how big you are on pop music. Pop music today, most popular music today, is all about hip hop and rap and mumble rap and whatever they call it. I'm not into that at all. But in my heart, I'm still a little pop kid from back in the 80s, growing up listening to Kylie Minogue and Madonna and so on. And whenever someone comes out and just makes really great pop music, I'm all ears. It doesn't happen a lot these days, because of the major influence and power that rap music has. But once in a while, and very often from Scandinavia, as you know, I'm in Denmark, um, comes out these primarily female singers that just make the most beautiful pop music that you can imagine. And my latest crush when it comes to music, um, pop music, is Norwegian singer Sigrid. I've shown this in a previous video here. This is the EP called Raw, as it says down here. This has 5 songs. This is released this year, and this is Sigrid's second EP. She released her first one back in 2017. She has not yet released an album. She is very, very busy touring all over the world, and she has just taken off, and she won a big award in the UK in January. She won the BBC Sound of 2018 award, and that is a big, big thing. Previous winners include acts like Adele, Sam Smith, and other singers who have gone on to take over the world, basically. And with a little luck, so will Sigrid. I really, really adore this young woman here. I saw her live this summer at the Roskilde Festival here in Denmark, and it was an amazing concert. The tent was full. There was easily 15,000 people there, if not more. I'm going to give you the song called Schedules, which is the second song on side 2. You might not enjoy this. I do, and it's a proof that you can still, in 2018, make really, really quality pop music that's not all about rap and hip-hop and all that other crap. So check out Sigrid.
Care about perfect timing, this is it. I think we're a hit. I know that my schedule is booked up, but baby, you know you're the same, and that's why I think we're a hit. I know that I'm begging for trouble, but for once I'm a misbehave, and that's why I think we're a hit.
So I'm trying to make some sort of order that makes sense in showing these records, because I am all over the place, as you will see later. But I think that going from pop to disco is a reasonable choice. And disco, again, Andrew, I'm not sure that you are a disco kind of guy, and I won't be showing you the Saturday Night Live soundtrack, although I like that soundtrack. I'm going to show you this guy. This is Kiki Jian, who was at least in Africa, in Ghana, where he was from, was a very, very popular disco singer. This is a compilation called 24 Hours in a Disco, with some of his best songs from 1978 to 82. It's a double record. It is out on Soundway Records. This compilation, was originally released in 2015. This is a reissue of the same compilation from this year, and I came across Kiki Jian on Spotify. Basically, he was on my Discover Weekly playlist and was recommended to me by Spotify, and I fell in love with the song called Disco Dancer, which is the first song on the album here. I'm going to play you a soundbite in a short while rather, and I instantly fell in love with this guy and his music, and checked out the rest of the album on Spotify and loved it. And I saw that the compilation from 2015 was difficult to get your hands on, and I saw that Soundway would be reissuing it, and pre-ordered it and got it, and just adore this record here. So 70s soul, funk, disco from Ghana in Africa. Kiki Jian, Disco Dancer. Sit still if you can. You probably won't be able to. From disco to cumbia. Cumbia is a genre of music from South America, Argentina, Chile, some of the other South American countries surrounding or in the near part of those two countries here. This guy is from Argentina. His real name is Pedro Canales, I believe, and his artist name is Chancha Via Circuito, or something like that. I don't speak Spanish. I can only order a beer or two. This is his album Amensara from 2014, sorry. And I came across this dude whilst checking up on the artists that performed at the Roskilde Festival once again some years back. And each year they do a playlist of the artists playing at the festival. And they always have a really, really big program when it comes to world music, music from faraway places. I've seen bands from literally the other side of the world, like small islands off the coast of New Zealand and Australia, and Africa and Greenland and Thailand and so many different countries I've seen bands from. And I saw Chancha Via Circuito, which was an amazing show. There weren't that many people there. Sadly, he performed at the same time as both Ryan Adams and Father John Misty. So all of the indie kids, all of the alt rock kids were they were not out looking for some cumbia music. They were out looking for some of the music that they already know and loved. And so we were just a couple of people watching Chancha Via Circuito, and it was an amazing show. I ended up buying this album and his first one also, and he's just released a new one this year that I'm waiting on. I didn't get it when it came out because I didn't have the money basically, and now it's not in stock. So I'll have to see when I get it. I'm gonna leave you a needle drop from I think the song called Coplita featuring Miriam Garcia on vocals. Cumbia mixes traditional old South American music with electronic beats like dubby beats. So check it out. This is really good. So from dubby beats in cumbia music genre, we go to dub music, ambient music from the British band The Orb. This is a reissue of their debut album called, I'd always forget this title, Adventures Beyond the Ultra World. Originally released in 1991, this is a record store day reissue from last year or the year before. A 4-disc record set here. And The Orb are basically pioneers when it comes to ambient, dubby, ambient music. The thing about The Orb, they're very, very hard to define because they do ambient, they do more upbeat songs, they do what you would maybe call house sometimes, they do so many different styles. I think in general you would maybe call them an ambient band. That's the inside the gatefold. I'm gonna leave you with a soundbite from, or I'm gonna give you rather a soundbite from the song called "Little Fluffy Clouds," which is the most well-known song of this album. It features the sound or like a sample of an interview with Ricky Lee Jones, where she talks about her childhood, and she's asked what were the skies like when you were young, and then she answers, and the Orb sampled this soundbite from the interview, and I think that Ricky Lee Jones ended up suing them, and I think that they settled, which on some sort of agreement which gave her some money, and made the Orb not as rich as they could have been. So yeah, but it's a beautiful song. Check it out, the Orb. Do you even like some of these records that I'm showing, or any of the records that I'm showing? I seriously doubt that. Anyways, we weren't supposed to show you records that you like, I think. Sorry, Andrew. This is the Orb.
Fluffy clouds.
The skies like when you were young.
They ran on forever. Like when I lived in Arizona, the skies always had little fluffy clouds. They were long and clear. There were lots of stars at night. And when it would rain, it would all turn.
So, going from ambient music, chill out music, moving on to classical. And I've picked one piece of music that I wanted to show and to play, and you know it. This one you know. I have actually two different recordings of this piece of music, and I've always when I got these two different recordings, I was very surprised to see. I know that, of course, different directors. What are they called? Yeah, they are called directors, I think. The guy with the little stick there, making sure that the orchestra plays what they're supposed to play. Is it director? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyways, but that guy or a girl or a man or woman decides on the tempo or the pace that the orchestra is supposed to be playing. But this really does stick out as being quite odd in my opinion. The musical piece that I wanna show you is Maurice Ravel's Bolero. Of course, well known from the old 10 movie with Dudley Moore and Bo Derek. I think that a lot of us watched that when we were younger and found out stuff about ourselves. And let's not discuss that anymore or any further. The thing is that this pressing here, this recording here with the Boston Symphony Orchestra and Seiji Osawa is the director, or whatever you call him, has set the pace really high. So Bolero on this one is, can you see that at all? It's 15 minutes and 1 second long. Now the other one I have is by the Orchestre de Paris. So it's the Parisian orchestra, and with Daniel Barenboim, the director. Now he's not in a hurry at all, because his take on this Bolero is 17 minutes and 29 seconds. So it's 2.5 minutes slower, which is just mind-blowing to me. And I've listened to these two and have decided that I actually would prefer maybe something in the middle of those two, because this one is a bit too fast, this one is way too slow, in my opinion. I'm going to give you a sample of the fast one. So, Maurice Ravel, Bolero. And let's all just imagine Bo Derek running down that beach with her white haired dreadlocks in that bathing suit, and Dudley Moore playing the piano, shit-faced drunk. And yeah, let's do that. Bolero. From classical music to something I will call ethereal. There is really no good way to describe this band. There is no description that fits, in my opinion. This is Dead Can Dance, and this is one of my favorite covers of all time. The album, of course, is the album called Within the Realm of a Dying Sun. This was released in Was it released in '86? Thankfully, or well, not thankfully, but James, vinyl collector James Lobban, who is a big Dead Can Dance fan. I don't think that he subscribes to my channel. Let's just, you know, for fun, let's just hope that he doesn't, because I should really know when this was released, because I am a big fan. And I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't see shit. '87 it was released. Dead Can Dance are one of my all-time favorite bands. I've seen them live once, at the Roskilde Festival. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, maybe. This cover is just the most beautiful cover in my collection. I really, really love this picture here. I don't know what it is. I just love it. Dead Can Dance, you probably most likely know them, Andrew. They draw inspiration from music from the Middle East, from the Middle Age, from medieval times, African music, world music. They just have so many different inspirations, and yeah, I just love them. Lisa Gerrard's voice is just the voice of an angel. I'm gonna play you a soundbite from one of these songs. I don't know yet which one. I haven't decided. I think my favorite song of theirs isn't even on this album, but I just wanted to show this cover. And so I'm gonna pick a song of these 8 songs, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. Dead Can Dance. Ethereal is the genre. Four records to go, and the video is already way too long. As always, I really should have taken this one after the Cumbia one, because this is a Brazilian music. So I'm gonna call this genre Brazilian psychedelic. We've actually, I think we've written back and forth on an album by Célia Maio and Lula Cortez. That I posted on the Facebook page, and I think you commented that you had actually bought that quite recently. It is, let me just find it. This album right here, which I showed in one of my earlier videos, and I showed it on the Facebook page. I think, Andrew, you commented on this, that you had very recently bought this also, and you were digging it. In case you don't know, you probably do, there is, from the same record label, Light in the Attic, no, sorry, Mr. Bongo is the label, sorry, Mr. Bongo. There is this compilation called Psychedelic Pernambuco, which features some of the artists that were on this record label in the city of Pernambuco, up in the northwestern part of Brazil. So this features Marconi Notaro, this features Lula Cortez, this features Célia Maio, and other really brilliant Brazilian psych artists from the 70s. You can't see shit here, can you? My phone camera is just really awful, and there's a lot of glare, so sorry if you can't see anything. But check out this compilation here, Psychedelic Pernambuco, out on Mr. Bongo. I'm gonna give you a needle drop of some song of this album. I know you like Brazilian psych. Check out this one, Andrew. You won't regret it. It's a great album.
Quando o sol desmaiar, vou viajar. Diana me dê talismã, talismã. Viajar. Você já
Staying on a bit of a world music vibe, I'm gonna give you something from a genre I call African desert rock. Yeah, it's far-fetched, I know, but staying with the kind of world music, theme, I'm gonna give you something from a genre that I call African desert blues. It's far-fetched, I know. Another one of my favorite bands is this bunch of gentlemen here, Tinariwen from Mali, who are all Tuaregs, so they all have this special Tuareg clothing on and scarves around their heads. This is their album from a couple of years back called Emar, and I've seen them live twice, and they were just amazing both times. I really, really love this, like almost like chanting a desert rock. I don't know any of their lyrics. They're in their native language, and I think there is actually a textbook inside with translations into English. And the songs are really just about longing and about you know, reminiscing and childhood and you know, good times in Africa, good times in Mali before the country. I think there was some sort of coup d'etat or something, and some really bad guys came into power, and I think that they even forced some of the musicians out of the country. So it's not easy for them to be in their home country. Tinariwen, Emar, and a needle drop off of this album. I haven't decided yet which one. They're all good songs. Check it out. Two more records to go. I'm gonna call this just rock. I could have called it classic rock, because I know that, Andrew, in your video you showed Van Morrison under classic rock. The thing that stops me from calling this classic rock is that this is a relatively new artist. It's not a 70s or 60s artist, but musically you could definitely see some similarities between this guy and Van Morrison. This is Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Look at that cover. And their self-titled debut album as a band. Nathaniel Rateliff had already released a solo album under his own name, but this is the debut album from him and the Night Sweats. And I came across these guys, actually they performed on, you see the band name there, Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. I saw them perform on the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show with two songs, one called I Need Never Get Old, and then the one called S.O.B. Son of a Bitch, which I'm gonna play you a sample of shortly. And I just love that whole southern rock feel that these guys are doing. I've seen them live once in Copenhagen. Such an amazing concert. it was sold out, and the band were really loving it, and such great music. This is out on Stax, by the way, which is also kind of cool. Check it out, Nathaniel Rateliff. Son of a bitch, get me a drink. Great album.
Right and shake my body. I start pulling out my hair. I'm gonna cover myself with the ashes of you, and nobody is gonna give a damn. Son of a bitch, give me a drink. I'm running, it's giving me. Son of a bitch.
Last one, I'm gonna go metal. A band that I've discovered with this album. This is their latest album, and it is actually, I think, as far as I've understood and I've read and heard, this is their softest album. It's still a metal album, I would say, but I think it's their softest record so far. This is French band Gojira, and the album called Magma. Look at that artwork here. The drummer in the band actually does all of their artwork, and he is very, very, very talented. Actually, they also at their shows, I've seen them live twice. They sell some of the drummer's artwork on. He's the drummer, like I said. So some of the drum skins, is that what they call them, that are used and that are beaten and battered up. He sits in the tour bus and he draws on them. Amazing artwork like this, and yeah, he's just amazing. This is by far one of my favorite albums of the past 2 or 3 years. Gojira. I've always listened to metal. I've never been, like a complete metal head. And it definitely can get too hard. But Gojira have like struck a nerve and with me, and I'm really. Is that a good thing to strike a nerve? I'm not sure. But they've really hit the nail on the head, basically, with me, and I really, really love Gojira. Check it out, Needle Drop. So Andrew, that's it. A video way too long. Once again, thank you for being you, and thank you for doing your channel and doing some amazing videos that I always look forward to watching. Whenever I get a notification that you've uploaded a new video, I always make sure to check it out. I don't always comment, but I always watch them. And I look forward to seeing more videos from you and learning a lot from you and your fountain, your bottomless pit of knowledge and musical facts and artists that I still don't know, but through your videos I will get exposed to and most likely love. That's it. If you maybe you already do, I'm not sure. I don't think that you are a subscriber to my channel. If you want to, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Anyways, I just wish you well. I just wish all of you in the VC well. Stay safe and keep on spinning those records. That's it. Thank you. Bye.